Day to be alive. It's the day the Most High made. We should rejoice and be glad in it. Right now, we're going to pick our understanding parables of wisdom back up. This is going to be video 14. I'm sure in the days to come that these videos are going to come in handy to some of the brothers and sisters that's chasing after wisdom. And we're going to dive right into this. We are picking up at the 24th chapter. Before we go into that, let's deal with something right quick. Because I tell you, man, you can tell where people's minds is at by what we respond to. And one of the things that the Facebook world, the YouTube world, and the whole world itself is caught up in is this slap that took place at the Oscars. And people will want to say, well, you know, he was justified. He should have did it. He's supposed to protect his wife. He's supposed to do this. But I'm telling you, I got a whole different viewpoint. So when you come to ask me, your mind should be in the right place because you might get more than you bargained for. First thing is that we shouldn't even be concerned. No believers that's trying to walk in righteousness and trying to chase after wisdom should even be concerned about anything that's taking place with the people in the world. As we've been dealing with wisdom, we can see that destruction and wrath is chasing after the sinner. And the Most High is the one that sends the destruction, the wrath, and the evil that's going to pursue the sinner. Listen. Here's my take on that situation. I ain't gonna spend no long time on it. Listen, Will Smith has been a comedian all of his life. Chris Rock has been a comedian all of their life. You look at all of your comedians, Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac, Cat Williams. You look at all of your comedians, Eddie Griffin. Hey, these people get paid to entertain people and tell jokes. And ain't nobody off limits. Michael Jackson wasn't off limits. The presidents ain't off limits. Your figures on TV ain't off limits. Ain't nobody off limits when it comes to somebody telling a joke. Now because this man's wife is bald-headed and she gonna come out and put what she should do. That means she ain't accepted her shame yet, because what she should be somewhere running and hiding and on her face, talking to the Most High and repenting. You see? Well, no. Let me show you something, sisters. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 4. Chapter 3. Let me show you what's really happening. Because sisters always want to come out and try to defend another sister, and they ain't even thinking, they ain't even conscious of the fact whether this is a wicked sister or whether this is a righteous sister. Only thing you look at it is this a woman, so she needs to be defended, she needs to be protected. Well, maybe when I show you who's really beating her down, maybe you'll have a second thought. Let's go over here. Let's go to Isaiah. Because a couple of our sisters said, well, you know, when she got alopecia, that's a serious disorder. Yeah, I understand. It is a serious disorder. It is a serious disorder for women who or walking righteously that just happened by happenstance, happen to encounter this issue. It is a serious issue, you see? But if you go to a dang gone comedy club and you take your wife to a comedy club and you know that she's in this condition, you best gird up your loins because she ain't off limits. As a matter of fact, they're going to gravitate toward the person that they can make the joke on. But I'm going to tell you, let's go look at this. This is what I want to show you. Isaiah 3rd chapter. Let's show you where it's happening. Our sisters ain't got it yet. Verse 16. Moreover, saith the Lord, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with outstretched necks and wanton eyes and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite them with the scab from the crown of the head, the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cause, and their round tires like the moon, their chains, their bracelets, and their mufflers, their bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, and the rings, and the nose jewels, and the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, and the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stench. Instead of a girdle, there shall be a rent. Instead of well-set hair, there shall be baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Now, this is judgment that's been pronounced on the daughters of Zion, because ain't nobody in this world, ain't nobody on Facebook, on YouTube, on social media, on none of those other places going to deny the fact that Jada Pinkett is wicked. Call your sister and tell her I'm making a video. Ain't nobody going to deny that fact. Now, if some of you don't know, but I've been knowing about some of these things for a lot of years. Go on YouTube and type in wicked wisdom. Go on YouTube and type in wicked wisdom. And Jada Pinkett have been having a gout, a heavy metal rock group for about 25 years. And she got a song that's titled Wicked Wisdom. And the name of the album is titled Wicked Wisdom. And the name of the song is called Bleed Over Me. Go on YouTube and pull that up. Wicked Wisdom, Bleed Over Me, and watch at the stuff that this woman is doing with her life. Nevertheless, you seen just a few short months ago the outstretched neck, the pride, and the haughty spirit that came out and literally embarrassed her husband on national TV as she was having an affair with one of the young brothers that was brought in her house to live, and went on national TV and completely embarrassed her husband. And y'all got the nerve enough to come back and defend this foolishness because Chris Rock made a joke about her being bald-headed. She's bald-headed for a reason. It's the most high that have brought her to shame. Will Smith was not justified. His feelings are still hurt because of all the things that have been said, all the things that his wife have done to him. And since he can't slap her, he go and slap somebody else out of desperation because his heart is broken. His heart is broken and he's desperate. He loves his wife. He's hurting. He wants to hold on to his wife. And now, as a means of this is a great opportunity for him to try to woo his wife back into his favor. So he goes up there on national TV and does the same thing to a brother that his wife done to him and slap that brother on national TV. A brother who is getting paid to be on the Oscars to tell jokes. And that brother's jokes was being told on all of the people that were in the audience until it got to Jada Pinkett Smith. And ain't nowhere in the world that you can justify this because he was a comedian all of his life. And he have made the same jokes. And he have went through the same things. And then to turn around and get right up there and start talking about what God is. Listen, it's amazing. Ain't it amazing how when it's time for you to start paying the devil back for all that he have given you, how people want to start trying to run to the arms of God, but God ain't mocked. He said, because I called and no man answered, because I stretched out my hand and no one would hear me. He said, during the time of your calamity, you shall seek me, but you will not find me. You shall call on me, but I will not answer. You shall search for me, but I will be nowhere around. And you want to talk about God, and you want to talk about love, and you want to talk about all of these different things right here. And when Denzel Washington said, when a man's at his highest point, that's when the devil gets him. You see, Denzel was not pleased with what he just seen, and he was want to make Will Smith aware of the fact that since you're talking about God, let me show you how you failed. Because you had the opportunity. You had the opportunity to express that love to your brother who needed mercy for telling that bad joke about your wife. Even though he's a comedian, in his heart, he probably didn't want it. He probably regretted that he said it. You could have been exemplifying God's righteousness and God's love by forgiving the brother, by having mercy on the brother. other, by looking at your wife and making her understand how important it is for us to love each other. You didn't exemplify no love to Chris Rock, so don't come stand up on no podium talking about the love of God after you just got through slapping a brother because of something that he didn't do, but something that another man did. What you should have did is you should have slapped your wife, or you should have slapped the man that got the that was having sex with your wife. But you wait until you get on national TV, and then you go and slap a brother that you've been walking with all these years, and you expect him not to be a comedian, not to do the job that he's being paid to do. And when he tell a joke about you or your wife, then you go over there and you retaliate. You see? So I don't know how y'all viewing things. The Most High said, because women have outstretched necks, because they are haughty in their spirit, because they are prideful and arrogant. He said, I'm going to smite you at the top of the crown. You know why? Because God give a woman her hair. Her hair is her glory. And when God sees a woman ain't living up to the standard that she should, he'll take her glory away from her. When they wanted to bring a woman to shame, they would shave them bald-headed. And that bald scalp would cause a woman to be made humble, will bring her to a place of humility. And when you see this happening with our sisters, it's the Most High trying to bring them to a place of humility. But let me show you how the wicked operate, the characterless people operate. They can be bald up underneath. They can be bald up underneath the wig, up under the wig. She gonna take her weave off. She can be bald, but guess what? She still got an outstretched neck. Because you think you can come out here now and still be the same person that you was after all the trauma that you can cause your husband. You still think that you're gonna be accepted like you was, and now you're gonna come out in public with this bald head and think that ain't nobody gonna be looking at you for the things that you done in the past months. Nah, God ain't mocked. So don't come nowhere near the vicinity of my channel with that foolishness. This ain't got nothing to do with a man protecting his wife. If you wanted to protect your wife, you should have protected her from a man that came in your house that caused her to fall, that you brought in there. You should have protected her from that. If you want to protect your wife, you should protect her from being prideful. You should protect her from being arrogant. You should protect her from walking around thinking that she's more than God created her to be. If you want to protect her from something, you're supposed to protect her from the enemies of Hollywood that she's a part of. Make her understand how important her character is. Make her understand why she can't do this, why she can't do that, why she's supposed to listen to you. If you want to protect somebody, but you ain't protecting nobody by slapping a man for telling a joke. That ain't protecting your wife. So they ain't got me fooled over here. But I wanted to bring that out. So that's the end of that. Now we're going back into the books of wisdom. Chapter 24, verse 1. Be not envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. It's self-explanatory. And it's too many times, just like we said, we more concerned about what's going on in the world with evil people, with wicked people. We're worried about Kanye West and D.L. Hughley. Have you ever noticed why now it is they got all the black stars fighting against each other? I wonder if it was one of the white guys up there that told a joke and said he'll be waiting on G.I. Jane Part 2. You think Will Smith would have went up there and slapped him? So one of the things that the book is telling us, we don't be envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. And we say that we won't. We say that we don't. But I guarantee you, man, if Lil Wayne pulled up in the hood today, you'd be surprised how many of these Hebrew Israelite jokers would be running over there after him, asking for an autograph. How many of these Christian brothers would be running over there asking for an autograph? You think if Lil Wayne pulled up and told one of these brothers he wanted to hang out, you think they ain't gonna do it? It said the reason why we don't desire to be with them is because their heart study destruction and their lips talk of mischief. Every time they open up their mouth, they got some foolishness coming out of it. Every time. And these are the people that we hang with on a daily basis. It said don't even desire to be with evil men. Don't desire to be with them, have nothing that they do. He said because only thing they do is talk about mischief. Oh, man, you know what? My side piece, boy. Oh, man, you know what? Everything come out of their mouth is some foolishness. And these are things that we got to keep ourselves in check in, because we walking around in the flesh. And our flesh gravitates toward all of this nonsense. That's why the devil gives wicked people all of the things of this world. He don't give it to them just because the sky is blue. He give it to them so that it can affect the righteous man who don't have those evil things. Most High saying, don't do it. And by knowledge shall the chambers, it says, through wisdom is a house built. By understanding it is established. By knowledge the chambers are filled with all precious substance. Let me show you what that means. By wisdom is a house built. Wisdom makes me understand, okay, if I need a house, I need a place to live. So I need a house. But in order for me to get a house, I got to have the money. So when I prioritize the money and I get the house, by wisdom is a house been built. My wisdom brings me to discipline, makes me prioritize so I can get the thing that I need. But guess what? I got a house. But that's all it is a house. By wisdom, I can build the house. By wisdom, you can get the house. He said, by understanding, the house is established. Once you get the house by wisdom, now understanding makes you understand, okay, the house gonna need lights. The house gonna need gas. The house gonna need water. The house got to have insurance. The house gonna need things. By understanding, the house is established. And once my understanding brings me to the point of what the house needs, now the house becomes livable. But guess what? I ain't got no furniture in the house. I ain't got no bedroom. I ain't got no TV. He said, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious substance. Once wisdom helped me, show me how to get the house, and once understanding, show me how to establish it. Now I need knowledge to show me how I'm going to fill it up, how I'm going to get me a new sofa, how I'm going to get me a new TV, how I'm going to get me a bedroom set, an icebox, a washer and dryer, and the things that's going to make the house livable. Those are three different areas that are in full operation. Because some people might have the wisdom to build a house, but then don't have the understanding to establish it. So they can't keep the lights on. They can't keep the gas on. They can't keep the water on. We out for running this morning. Did you call your sister?
I told her, she said she was going to send you a text.
Well, she just called me again. Yeah, so somebody might build a house and can't keep the utilities on. Somebody might build a house and keep the utilities on. Have you ever been to somebody's house and they've been there for a year and they still ain't got no furniture in there? Well, see, they learned the wisdom to build the house. They had the understanding to establish it, but they don't have the knowledge to fill it up with the things that's needful. That's how our life is. A wise man is strong. Yeah, a man of knowledge increaseth in strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make war, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. By wise counsel we make our war. You don't just run up on anybody when you ain't had no wise counsel. You don't have to study your enemy. You got to be counseled about certain things. You don't just run over there. That's like running into a gate when you see a dog in there and you think he's chained up. That's like running into a gate with a pit bull. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opened not his mouth in the gate. See, that's why I said some people you ain't even got no words for. Give not that which is good unto dogs, lest they turn and tear you into pieces. Do not share your pearls with swine, lest they trample on them. They disregard all of your good stuff. Why? Because wisdom is too high for a fool. And you're wasting your time when you're going out there trying to tell some of your brothers and sisters. Let's go. Israelite versus Christian. Y'all think that they two separate people, but they not. Israelite versus Christian versus Islam. Y'all think they three separate entities of people, but they not. They're all three people in three different religious constructs that seeking and searching out the same God to serve. But because we have differences, we clash. Okay, but now if you an Israelite, you got no business over there trying to deal with a Christian. But according to your understanding, he is a fool simply because he don't know what you know. And the same way for a Christian going to deal with an Israelite. Whatever construct you're a part of, you should stick to that you believe until the Most High show you a higher level of truth. It said, but wisdom is too high for a fool. So you become a fool when you take wisdom and then try to give it to somebody that can't comprehend it. And this is one of the greatest problems that we have, because brothers think that knowledge is the key to their success, the key to their ability to be able to teach. They don't even understand that every time I learn something and I go try to take it to somebody that can't comprehend it, I am the one that becomes a fool, and I am the one that becomes a transgressor of the Messiah's word that told me don't take that is good and give it to somebody that cannot comprehend it. And when they can't comprehend it, you cease from being righteous and go on a slanderous campaign. Oh, my mama and them is messed up. Oh, they all in paganism. Oh, don't nobody like me. Oh, I'm the black sheep of the family. Oh, I just can't stand it. I can't go around them. I ain't been. Well, you know why? That's because you're a fool. You're a fool because you go around people with knowledge that's too high for them, and then you try to put that knowledge on them, and you don't understand that you're the one that's becoming the fool. And if you're guilty of this, this is what the book of wisdom is for. He that devise to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. That's self-explanatory. There's a name for a person just sitting around waiting to do some evil. Oh, man, let me see what kind of crooked stuff I'm going to get into. See, that's what you call a mischievous person. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. He didn't say the scorner was an abomination to God. It said the scorner was an abomination to men. But the very thought that a fool has is sin, because that's the only thing he think about. A fool don't have no wisdom, don't have no understanding, don't have no knowledge of anything that's right. So anything that comes across his mind is sin. And a scorner is an abomination to men, because a scorner is going to rebuttal and rebel against every good thing that you do. He going to become your worst nightmare. I got my big brother standing over here right now. I can use him for example. He ain't going to get mad at me. But when we was coming up, and he's always older than me. Now, when my brother came home from the joint, my brother came home steeped in Islam or whatnot. I was steeped in Christianity. I was dealing with the Bible. But every time it seemed like I'd be dealing with some of the young brothers that's asking me questions about the Bible. It seemed like right there at the height of that moment where I got them on the ropes, here come my big brother talking about Allah Akbar and all of these other cats and this and that and the other, and they wooed him away. You see, my brother was a scorner because he didn't care nothing about the Bible, and he became an abomination to men that would receive the word every time he showed up. And I said, why is it that he is able to drag these people away and they start listening to him? That's what it means. A scorner is an abomination, because a scorner don't believe what it is that you believe. And when you get somebody that's on the verge of accepting what you believe in, I know I'm right about it, because this is the world that we living in. Tell me that when you're talking to somebody that really have a listening ear and you got them on the ropes and they right there at the brink of accepting the truth for what it is, tell me it ain't one that comes along and starts scorning. Oh man, that ain't what that is. Oh man, you know the Bible is a white man's book. Oh man, we come from Africa, man. Oh man, we speak the Arabic language. You tell me that don't happen. See, the scorner becomes an abomination to men when they're at the height of their ministry. You see? So yeah. Do you remember that, bro?
Praise the Most High.
Oh, hey, bro, he used to have me so mad. Boy, I'd be so heated. I'd be heated up like a microwave. I said, why is it every single time here this dude come with this nonsense? And I'd rip into him afterwards. I couldn't rip into him right there. He done already captivated the crowd, you know. He's the big brother, so, you know, they gonna listen to him, you know what I'm saying? But I'll rip into him. You come on with that foolishness. Boy, how can you shame your daddy? You know your daddy didn't raise you up to believe that. Your daddy was praying on his face day and night. It was the Lord that sent you home, boy. How you gonna go out here and just disgrace your parents like that? And man, I used to let him have it.
That was deceived, man.
I used to let him have it.
Deceived.
But he became an abomination. He became an abomination to men that would accept righteousness. It says, if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. This is what I want to tell some of my brothers and sisters. I got one particular king, queen out there, and I want to tell them this. Listen, if you faint in your day of adversity, your faith and your strength is small. When you start talking about you believe in the Most High and Jesus is Lord and all that, as soon as the slightest wind blowing, you faint, go, oh, I don't know. Oh, they all against me. Oh, I ain't did nothing but love everybody. Oh, I can't believe that people are treating me. If you faint or you give up just because adversity comes, your faith is small. You ain't built for kingdom work. If you go and get married and in 6 months, when the troubles start and the trouble is coming to strengthen the marriage, and you start fainting, oh man, I can't do this, man. I can't do this, man. I thought I loved the woman, man, but she getting on my nerve. Oh, he ain't everything that I thought he was gonna be. Oh no, 6 months ago, you were sitting there in front of all them people telling them how much you loved them, how much you wanted to spend your life with them, how that was everything to you. And 6 months later, now you're ready to quit and give up and go get a divorce. Say your faith. Your strength is small. If you forbear to deliver them that are drawn to death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart, consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his work? See, righteousness got to be lived. Righteousness can't be talked about. He said, if you forbear, where's that at? Where's that at? Yeah, there it is. If you forbear to deliver them that are drawn to death and that are ready to be slain, if you refuse to jump out there and try to save those that are on their way to death and on their way to destruction, and they die or they get destroyed, and you pop up and say, well, I didn't know it. I didn't know it. He said, does not the Most High that knows what's in the heart, does not he know that? He already knows what's in our heart. So you might be able to lie to your brother, but you can't lie to him. Because see, sometimes we talk all that nonsense about what kind of faith we got, but when it comes time for the rubber to meet the road, for us to stand in a gap or stand up in a dangerous place on behalf of stopping a brother or sister from being destroyed, it might be through gang violence. If you forbear to deliver the one that's on his way to destruction, and he get destroyed, you can't tell the Most High, hey, well, I didn't know it, Most High. He said, you get out of here. I know you knew it, because my spirit was right there in you. You could have stood up and you could have offset the whole situation, but you refused to because you was too ashamed to stand up. You didn't want to be ostracized or criticized. You didn't want to be cast down. So you did nothing, and you watched your brother fall to his death when you could have got out there and do something for him. He said, don't think that I don't know it. Baby, I know what's in your heart. You don't slide that by me. I see everything.
Blood is going to be on his hands.
My son, eat honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul, when thou hast found it, when there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. So getting that reward that comes from wisdom is as sweet as the taste of honey is. And that's what he's saying. You see, because The bee is the smallest of winged insects, or the smallest of this particular class of animal. Yet his honey is the chief of sweet things. You can't find nothing that's sweeter and more pleasant than honey. And therefore, you can't find nothing that's more sweet and pleasant than a reward that the Most High gives you, that is a result of your wisdom and righteousness. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times, and 7 times rise again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. And basically what the Most High said, wicked, you'll be wasting your time laying the weight on the just man to cause him to fall. You might cause him to fall, but guess what? He's going to rise up 7 times over that. He said, but when you fall, you're just going to fall into mischief. You ain't getting back up. So it ain't nothing that no wicked man can do to a righteous man as far as casting stumbling blocks before him. Rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thy heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. You see that? He said, listen, don't rejoice at the calamity or the destruction of your enemy. When somebody has done you wrong and you just sitting back over there in the corner waiting on something bad to happen to them, waiting, and then when it happened, I knew it was going to happen. Oh, let me tell you what just happened to him. Let me tell you what just happened to him. He said, do not do that, lest the Lord will see it. And then he's going to judge you for it. He said, we're not supposed to rejoice at the fall of our enemy, or when our brothers or our sisters receive their just punishment. I told you it was going, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. And you happy about it. You set yourself up in a bad place like that. And many times we got to identify with the fact that this is part of our nature that's common. Because when people do us wrong and there's nothing that we can't do about it, we sit back and we wait and we wait. And sometimes we can even find ourselves praying, oh God, I wish you'd destroy them. Oh God, I wish you'd break their legs. Oh God, why can't you let her lose her job? We can find ourselves being that way. And the Most High said, no, don't do that. He said, because when I start beating them, that is the moment that they're going to need you as an intercessor. Is the moment when they're going to need you to exemplify some mercy and some grace and go into a place of prayer. Oh, Father, I know they did me wrong. Oh, Father, I know their life ain't right. Oh, Father, if they had wisdom, they wouldn't treat me like that. Oh, Father, you ain't got to hit them no more. Oh, Father, I think they done learned their lesson. Oh, please don't kill them. See, that's the time that they need us, and that's why it displeases the Most High, because he does some things in order to give us an opportunity to carry out his will. So he said, don't rejoice when your enemy fall, and don't let your heart be glad when he stumble, because when your enemy fall and he stumbles, that's the moment that you can come in and pray for him, that the Most High can lead him into repentance. He said, or else the Lord will see it, and it's going to displease him, and he's going to turn away his wrath from him. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. Now, that's the same thing. Don't be mad about what evil people are doing. Man, they got everything, man. They got it. You don't be mad at that. For there shall be no reward to the evil man, and the candle of the wicked shall be put out. And you don't want to be a part of that. So why you going to be envious, and why you going to be desirous of what the evil man doing? You don't want to be a part of his end. My son, fear the Lord, and my son, fear thou the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. When you see people trying to change their life, you leave them alone. You leave them alone. Because you got people out there, they see you trying to change your life. You still smell like smoke, but you trying to change your life. You going to church. You going to the Sabbath day meeting. You trying to be on the Hebrew gathering. You trying to change your life. But they know you still fornicate. They know you still on drugs. They know you still got one foot in the club, but you're trying to change. And now you got somebody meddling with you. Oh, here come Deacon Do Wrong. Oh, there's Reverend Ike. Oh, I know what it is. He really still Real Slick Willie. You know what I mean? See, don't meddle with people when they try to change. Change is a process that everybody have to go through. My son, fear thou the Lord. Okay, we got that. It says, my son, fear thou the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? You see? And you got some people that's going to be given to change, that's going to be walking right and then given to change, that's going to step away from the truth, step away from walking righteously. They're going to step away from the Most High. He said, don't meddle with those people. Don't meddle with those people because their calamity going to fall on them suddenly. He says, these things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. It ain't good to have no respect of people when it comes to passing righteous judgment. It ain't no big eyes, no little U's, ain't no favoritism. I don't treat the man on the street no different than I treat my brother. I ain't gonna tell neither one of them nothing different. I tell both of them what the words say. I ain't curving no words on the pastor, on the preacher that I tell a brother out here in the street. Both of them gonna get the same thing, like it or not. Because God ain't no respecter of no man's person. Why? Because for a piece of bread, if he get hungry enough, he'll climb through somebody's window. He'll rob somebody. He'll break in somebody's car if he get hungry enough. I don't care how many books he got, how many Bibles he read. I don't care whether he was born in church and they can get a casket, dig a hole up under the pew and bury him in church. That still, God is no respecter of persons because of his appetite. If he get hungry enough, if his stomach start growling enough, he'll commit a heinous act. And God said, I don't respect no man because he has an Adamic nature that's evil. He said, and I don't want you to have no respect of persons neither, especially when it comes to rightfully discerning judgment of what's real. He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse. Nations shall abhor him. That's like when Hillary Clinton got up there and said and gave praise to Margaret Sanger. This is the type of stuff that means. When you give praise to somebody that you know is wicked. Margaret Sanger, for those of y'all that don't know, she is the lady that really fueled the eugenics thing. The eugenics is dealing with the sterilization of women. And she is the one that's responsible for creating Planned Parenthood, which really is the planned murder of black children. And you got a lady that's running for president that got up there and praised the wicked. But this happened all the time because we can find ourselves praising the wicked now in this particular hour. Like some of the people on TV was praising Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock because he made a joke about his wife. How you gonna praise the wicked? He wicked himself. He is wicked himself. He have taught his son to be a woman, and he have taught his daughter to be a man, and then him and his wife have all type of debauchery tied up in their relationship, and you'll classify him as a righteous man for committing a wicked act against a brother that didn't have anything to do with it. And God said, he that says to the wicked, thou art righteous, to him shall the people curse. So if you had that type of mindset, guess what? It's some people out here that's cursing you. She's a blooming fool. He's a blooming idiot. What kind of book are they reading? They need to throw their Bible in the trash because it's apparent that they ain't learning nothing. There ain't nobody on TV of no righteous nature. Not like that. So you best be careful who you give your praise to. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come unto him. See, when you can rebuke somebody that's wicked, it's going to be a delight to the Most High. And it's going to be a delight to the people. And then the blessing's going to come from that. Because you're able to do something that the average person ain't got the courage to do. Every man shall kiss his lips that giveth a right answer. Oh, every time you say something that's right. Oh, it's so sweet. Book of Proverbs said, it's like apples of gold in pitchers of silver. An answer spoken in due season. Oh, it's so sweet. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without a cause, and deceive not with thy lips. Mind your own business. Your neighbor ain't done nothing to you. Don't be jumping up trying to be no witness against him. Say not, I will do to him, I will do so to him as he had done to me. I will render the man according to his work. See, you ain't God. And that's what we want to do. We know that the Bible says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So the Most High said, don't do the same thing to a brother that you see him do to you. Okay? You're going to try to hustle me like I'm a sucker. I put myself in a foolish position to turn around and do the same thing to you, try to pay you back. I got to become what you are. And that's what you do. So we want to be on our guard for that. I went by the field of the slothful and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns and thistles, and had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall whereof was broken down. Then I saw and considered it well, and I looked upon it and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, and so shall thy poverty come as one that travel, and thy want as an armed man. He said, I went by the field of the slothful. You remember what we told you? Do you know what a sloth is?
Yeah.
You know what a sloth is, Monty?
Yeah.
See, a sloth is that animal.
Mm-hmm.
He don't move no farther than this in his whole lifetime. So when you're dealing with sloth, you're dealing with lazy people. You're dealing with the man that puts off today what he can get, puts off till tomorrow what he can get done today. Every day that he wakes up, he puts it off again. He's slow to get around. He said, I went by the field of the slothful, and I seen that it was all overgrown, thorns and thistles. And this is a man that's lazy, and he don't take care of the things that have been placed in his care. He said, the Most High was teaching me a lesson, so he gave me a parable that said, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, lazy man, and so shall thy poverty come like a man that jumps on a plane and travels from state to state, and then thou will begin to want as an armed bandit. You will want things as bad as if somebody wants something that will run into a bank with a loaded gun. You know, if you run into a bank with a loaded gun, with all these TV cameras and everything around there, you got to want something pretty bad. He said, but this is the condition of the lazy man. He wants him something to eat. He want him a beer. He want him a drink. He wants something, but only problem, he ain't got no money to buy it. He's too lazy to get out and work. He declares there's a lion out there that's hungry. It's cold outside. I ain't got no bus fare. Oh, would nobody come and pick me up? Oh, man, them people ain't gonna hire me. Oh, I can't do it. See, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding. You can call him at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and the phone just don't ring. He'll pop up and call you back at 1:30 in the afternoon. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, man, I got some work for you. What you want to do? Oh, man, I don't know, man. What you gonna do, man? Man, what you got, man? I don't know. What you got? Nigga, do you want to or not? Do you want to get up? Do you want to get up and work? Or do you want to lay around? The slothful man, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands of sleep, and so shall his poverty come as one that travel. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, man, I got to find me a new place. Oh, I gotta find a way to get me a car. Oh, man, is there anything you can do for me? Poverty is coming to that man like a man that's traveling across the ocean on a ship liner, moving at a rapid pace, like a man in a 747 flying 750 miles an hour. That's how fast the poverty is coming into the life of the lazy man. And when it gets there, he begins to want, oh man, I wish I had a woman. Oh, I wish I had this. Oh, I wish I had that. But I'm too broke to have anything, and I'm too lazy to get up and get out there and get it. Oh, I don't care. See, that's the scripture. Ain't nobody going to change it. And when we are pricked by these things, or we lying right up there, that is the Most High expressing his love toward us. I know what your problem is, baby. If you had it, would you want it? Then if you could have it because you want it, then it's yours for the taking. But the kingdom of violence got to get out there and take things by force. You see? So that was the end of the 24th chapter of the book of Proverbs. I've been that way. My daddy was so hard on me when I was a kid, I vowed that when I grew up and got grown, I was going to be lazy for the rest of my life. I ain't lying. And believe it or not, believe it or not, my daddy instilled a work ethic in me that I could not get rid of. But at the same time, I still hold on to that part of me that said I was going to be lazy. So I pick and choose my areas. Oh, I can be lazy. No, I don't want to fix the kitchen sink. I'll pay him to do it. No, I don't want to go and do that. Hey, boy, I got some work for you. I'll pay you to do it. Oh, I can get out there and do it myself, but I'm lazy. I'm slothful in some areas. Don't come asking me about certain things because I ain't oh, no, I ain't climbing up on no roof. Oh, no, I ain't washing no windows neither. I'll get a power washer. I ain't even going to use the power washer. Hey, Jason, come out here, man, and power wash the house for me. And my wife, it just makes her have an allergic reaction because he said, you got all these tools over there. You got everything you need. Why don't you fix something? I'm too lazy to fix something. You know what I'm saying? I'm too lazy to fix it. So it's different kinds of lazy. I'm purposely lazy because I don't want to do that type of work, period. You know what I mean? So I said, well, it's better for me to pay the person that know how to do it. And I massage myself and I make myself feel good by saying, well, baby, you know, the brothers need to make some money. They got to eat too, you know. That's how I massage myself. But deep down on the inside, I'm lazy. I'm slothful when it comes to certain stuff. Oh, no, I don't want to mop the floor. I don't want to clean that shop up. Hey, Jason, come on, you want to make the $25 or $30? What you need? Go over there and wash the dishes. Go clean the shop up. Man, make sure you mop the floor and wipe everything that I could be doing myself. I don't want to do it.
Right.
But in order for me to pay somebody else to do it,
Right.
I cannot be slothful.
That's right.
You see, if I didn't get out here and try to make no money, I couldn't pay nobody to do nothing. And I would be forced to do it myself. And that will go against the grain of what I decreed as a kid about when I got grown, I was going to be lazy. And every time I turn around, my cousin, he trying to get me to learn how to do something. Well, Teddy, man, you know, you need to learn how to do this, man. You got to learn how to fix it. I don't want to learn how to fix the door. I don't want to learn how to install a garage door opener. I don't pay you to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to learn how to do it. I don't want to learn how to do it. I don't want, you know, so it's different areas of slothful. But see, that slothfulness is on purpose. And if you know that you got some slothfulness in you, you got to tap into an area of your life where you diligent in. Because your diligence will bring you money. And then when you're diligent in one area, oh man, see, I ain't got no problem. Oh, I can get out there. Oh, you can put me on that lawnmower. Oh, I can stay on that thing all day. Oh, I can cut grass. Oh, I can weed eat. Oh, I can blow off anything. Oh man, please, you can take me over somebody. Oh, I pull that trailer out. I'll go pull up in front of somebody's house. Oh, you know, we're going there. We can clean that. We'll be throwing stuff out of the top window, off the top floor. Oh, we ain't got no problem. We'll clear something out. You got some trash in your garage. I'll go over there. I'll make sure that every piece of trash is out of there, that garage is spotless, that is clean, that's what it's supposed to be. That's the work that I do. That's where I'm diligent at. But when it comes to, oh, baby, the kitchen sink is broke. Oh, the toilet is leaking. Oh, baby, you know, the lawn chair out there just broke. I ain't fixing that. Throw it away. Put it out on the, call my brother that's going to the scrap yard. I'll go buy you a new one. Why we can't just fix it? I don't want to fix it. I'm not fixing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah. So all praise to the Most High Heavenly Father. I hope everybody having a wonderful day on this morning. I'm truly having a wonderful day on this morning. So we're about to get out here and go try to be diligent about a few things. And peace and blessings be on all of you.
Oh, praise.